Hey everyone, today we're tackling a topic that's, tough, but absolutely necessary: how to handle an employee's final pay after they've passed away. It's a moment that really requires both compassion and, of course, precision, making sure you get everything right for the employee's family. This is a situation no one ever wants to deal with, right? But it's one every employer needs to be prepared for. The rules can seem a little tangled, but they really don't have to be. In this explainer, we're going to walk through a clear, step-by-step guide based on the official regulations so you can navigate this with confidence. So, what are we actually talking about when we say final payment? Well, it's more than just their last paycheck. It's everything: all the wages they've accrued, any unused vacation pay, and really any other compensation they were owed at the time of their death. It's about creating that full financial closure. Okay, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the one critical question that honestly changes everything. From there, we'll explore the two different paths you can take. We'll also touch on a quick note about employee incentives, and then we'll wrap it all up with the key takeaways. So, let's get right to that big question. It all, and I mean everything, boils down to one simple question. In which calendar year are you going to make that final payment? The timing, when you cut that check, completely changes the tax and reporting rules you'll need to follow. And as you can see here, your answer sends you down one of two very different roads. If you pay within the same calendar year, the process is a bit more complex. You've got more tax withholding to think about and two forms to file. But if you pay in a later year, the process gets a whole lot simpler. Let's walk through that first path now, the same year payment. All right, let's dive into path A. This is what you do when you issue that final payment in the very same calendar year that the employee passed away. There are some very specific, non-negotiable steps you've got to take here. So here's the breakdown for a same-year payment. First up, taxes. You must withhold Social Security and Medicare. But, and this is a big one, you do not withhold federal income tax. Second, the reporting is a two-step dance. You'll report the wages and taxes on the employee's W-2, but you also have to report the gross payment on a separate Form 1099 MISC that goes to their estate. I know. All these forms and tax rules can make your head spin. So to make this crystal clear, let's use an example. We'll call our employee Sam, and we'll see exactly how this works in practice. Okay, let's look at Sam's W-2. Notice something really important here. That final $3,000 payment, it is not included in Box 1 with the regular wages. Instead, it gets added to Boxes 3 and 5, which are the wages subject to Social Security and Medicare. This is so important because it makes sure the employee's earnings record is credited properly. This is honestly where a lot of mistakes happen. So the W-2 is done and dusted, but for a same-year payment, you're not quite at the finish line. Remember that dual reporting thing we just mentioned? There's still one more form to take care of. You also have to issue a Form 1099 MISC. This form goes directly to the recipient of the money, so the employee's estate or a beneficiary. You'll use their name and taxpayer ID number, and in Box 3, you're going to report the full gross amount of that final payment, which was $3,000 in Sam's case. This form is what makes sure the estate can properly report that income. Now, what if you make that payment in a later year? Let's say an employee passed away in December, but you don't issue the final check until January. Well, that brings us to Path B, and let me tell you, it is a whole lot simpler. The process here is so much more direct. If you pay after the year of death, you don't withhold any Social Security or Medicare. The payment doesn't get reported on a W-2 at all. Your only job is to file a Form 1099 MISC to the estate or beneficiary for the full gross amount. That's it. You're done.